Hi, everyone. Welcome to the On the Mezzanine podcast. I'm very excited to introduce Crystal Bollix today. Cheers!
Cheers!
Before we start, what's your favourite drink?
It's a margarita.
And that's what we're drinking right now. Ooh. It is amazing. Cheers.
Cheers. Sorry, I love how I took a sip before you could even say what your favourite drink is.
That good.
Yeah, a little behind the scenes. I've been licking this as we've been getting ready. I've just been licking away. I can't help myself.
Great. So tell us who you are. Who's Crystal Bollix? Who's Alex?
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, my God. Who's Crystal Bollix? Who's Alex? I love that. So Crystal Bollix is a non-binary drag artist that I've been performing as since 2018, 2019, which is crazy. Yeah, full of wit, full of brashness, kind of insane, but also kind of like somebody that you want to have in your corner at every moment. And then Alex is, can I swear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex is the cunt behind. So my real life name is Alex Crystal. Alex Crystal, Crystal Bollix.
Such a good surname.
Oh, it's
the best surname ever.
Although my real life surname is spelled Christle. So I had to drop Christ from my name in order to become Crystal Bollix.
Yeah, you have no place for Christ.
No place for Christ here. Yeah, and so for me as like a normal person, I'm also non-binary. Woo. And I'm a theater maker and an actor. And I make drag theater with the House of Bollix.
It's so good.
It's so much fun. I make the maddest things.
Really do.
We've done the Bitch Ball. We've done a drag rom-com where I now have 2 cardboard cutouts of Colin Firth behind my bed.
Love it.
Yeah, which is great. So if I bring anyone home, they just like see it peeking from behind my my bed
Does
frame.
that put people off?
Do you know what?
I bet it works for some people.
It works for some people.
I think we all love Colin Firth.
What really puts people off is all the wigs that are above my closet. They're like, there's all these heads looking down at them. But yeah, that's kind of a little bit of who I am.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did you start this? What inspired you?
Oh, so it's a bit of a weird one. This is actually, what a good segue, because this kind of links into how we met as well.
Yeah.
Because I was doing a master's. You've done a master's as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I was doing a master's in acting at Mount View. And in order to like give you a degree as a master's, you either have to write a dissertation or you have to do a 45-minute performance.
Ooh.
And I said, cool.
I'll
do the performance.
Nice. I don't know which one's scarier, to be honest. After writing 15,000 words, maybe the performance is...
Honestly,
it's the better choice.
See, you say that now, but you should have seen.
45 minutes is a really long time.
We went crazy. Everyone in our year was like, I have to do my creative project. It became our lives. It was, and we still have to write a little thing, which was funny because everybody was making fun of me because I was like, this is the easy part. I love writing about my practice. Oh, I love it. But yeah, and then I'd always studied like feminism and like queer academics and all that jazz. I was at the time a straight cis girl. Which
terrible.
Millie, when I told you, so many people would grab me and they would go, but you're not.
Oh my God.
And I would look at them and be like,
but I am.
Okay. The people pleaser in me wanting to be like, okay, I'm not. But also the deep down person inside me being like, I know I'm not, but shush, you found. So yeah, I decided to do drag for one time only, one night performance.
Oh my God.
I lip synced to an interview with my mom.
What's as in your mom or someone else's?
My own mom.
Oh my goodness.
As in Crystal Bollix's mom.
That's quite like a terrifying first performance.
Oh, she was loving it because she came over and she sat beside our friend who I will talk about later. And one of the lines she said, she's very American, and she goes, Alexandra, a bitch has got to have a backbone, you know?
I think I remember this now.
Yes. Yeah, you do remember the insane voice that you heard.
Yeah.
That is actually...
I didn't know that was your mom.
That's my
They
own
have
mom.
such a charismatic voice.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I was like, why are you so good at this? But yeah, I went to do it for one night only. And then I fell in love with it. And I realized that I love it. Not more than acting, but in a different way than acting.
Yeah.
And
I guess it's more personal.
And also it's like more creatively fulfilling sometimes because you are like constantly making your own work, which makes it hard. I mean, it's one of those things. I've never done something because it's easy.
Yeah. That's good though.
Yeah.
You have to challenge yourself in life
do.
to like push yourself forward to what you should be doing.
This is the thing. And like, yeah, it's a good balance of like, you got to push yourself and also you got to not punish yourself. But I think that the thing was it pushed me, but it was also very freeing. So it was like, I'm pushing myself, but I'm pushing myself to like confront my inner demons.
On stage.
Yeah, covered in glitter.
Yeah, that's the best way.
But yeah, it kind of connects to how we met because that show that I did was then directed by a lovely person who you know.
Yeah.
I'll let you take over this bit. Who you know.
So we met because I was doing a master's in Shakespeare studies.
Ooh.
Super relevant to everything I've done after that.
I mean, all the world's a stage.
But the best bit was the people I met on the course, one of which is our dear friend Kate, who introduced us. And I do remember seeing like your performances when you started. And I just was like, this is amazing. It's so raw, so emotional, but like so funny.
Yay.
And you just really nail that. So I'm very proud of you.
I remember.
And how like it's grown, you know, it's amazing.
It's so weird.
And it's so good you get to do what you love.
Yeah.
As well.
This is the thing is like.
And you sort of work, is it part-time that you work?
Yeah.
You get to do this.
I get
to
do this,
which is amazing.
I'm kind of on. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. I'm kind of on like a 50-50 split at this stage, which is really good. It means that like...
That is amazing for a creative person in London.
So
or like
amazing.
Anywhere.
Yeah, because it's just like, it's so tough. I mean, like, I've seen so many amazing creatives who are working full-time jobs while also working like almost full-time as performers. I know somebody, an amazing burlesque performer, shout out Isla Storm, who is a vet.
Oh my God.
And it's brilliant because
that is brilliant. Does
like,
the veterinary stuff come into it? Or is it very
not
different?
Really, no. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know, honestly.
An animal whilst doing
whilst doing drag. no, burlesque.
But no, like people have different identities, don't they?
That's the thing. And I think
I definitely do because my job is like pretty serious.
Yeah.
And then here I'm like always dressed in glitter and having a laugh and like dressing up my little mannequin for the events, and it's so nice.
We love your mannequin so much.
Shout out to Kenny.
Yes,
my 6-pack mannequin.
This is great. Sorry. This is hot news off the press.
Oh yeah,
hot news for the podcast. I'm from Kilkenny.
Oh, nice.
So
is that
Kenny
in Ireland?
That's in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how long did you live in Ireland? Did you live in Ireland?
I did.
Yeah.
So this is, for anyone who's been wondering where my accent comes from.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's going to happen now. I was born in Boston, but to an Irish dad. And as we've said before, a very American mother. And then my Irish dad, when I was 10 years old.
That's a great mix.
Such a good
Very good pubs.
Very good pubs. Very good, like good Irish immigrant dad. You know, like being like, I'm going to go to America and I'm going to make something of myself. And then he goes to America and he gets an American wife and American children.
Oh my God.
And then he goes,
and then you
fuck
move
this.
back.
Yeah. He basically said, I do not want to raise like our children into teenagers in America.
Really?
Well, kind of. He also had a really good job opportunity. So he was like, let's go. So I moved to Ireland when I was 10. Which means
so like
that
half your life.
Half my life. Which, because...
More than half now.
At the moment, oh my God. I'm so old. You'll now find out how old I am. Because I lived in...
It's not what you have to tell us. It's not old. It's not old.
Yeah, I won't say how long I've lived in London. But 10 years in America and then 13 years in Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
What's the kind of Irish drag scene and performance scene like?
It's so interesting because I'm actually like weirdly only discovering it now because I didn't start doing drag.
You studied in London and then just stayed. Because I guess the scene here is really good.
The scene here is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you can't turn anywhere for want of like a new event and stuff like that. Obviously, it's hard because, you know, ticket sales and like everything. Oh, yeah. It's the eternal thing.
Fluctuates as well, depending on this time of year.
This is the thing. But the community's so strong over here. I mean, some people who I met in 2018, I'm still friends with now. And it's like,
that's good.
It's beautiful. It's really, really nice to see that kind of happening. But then in Ireland, I've done a couple of gigs and it's so much fun because it's kind of like, there are like different pockets of it. I always say Dublin kind of, I wouldn't want to say like mimics London, but it always does have the same vibe. Yeah. And also because it's such a walkable city, you kind of know everything. There's a really good event that's on in the Sinead, which I actually saw one of their main performers did a really cool one-man show called Bad Girl, a one-man show.
Oh, okay.
Which was amazing. It was about the experience of being being a man writing a one-man show about your time as a Catholic schoolgirl.
Oh my God.
Because, and it was really cool and it was like amazing because it kind of explored what it was like transitioning in Ireland, like in the kind of 2000s / like 2010s. Oh, it was amazing. And he runs an event that's really cool that I want to go over and perform in.
Nice.
Yeah, I just want to. I do love going back.
Yeah,
I've been back.
It's
a really.
I really liked Ireland.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Very fun city, and like everywhere's fun. Yeah, I feel like London's a bit more have serious areas, fun areas. Was there just fun?
It's good crack. It's good crack.
I love that phrase so much. I really want to use it. I'm like, is that appropriation of something?
No, you're fine. You're just speaking because do you know what it means?
Yeah,
you do. You know what crack means?
Yeah, it means good fun.
Yeah,
not crack.
Not crack. Yeah. But you're just speaking Irish then.
Yeah. One of my favorite things when we went was like the sign that said "Crack Den" in the club. We were like, "Lol."
It's the best. You can imagine, like, because 13-year-olds are taught to say like "crack agus ceol," which, you know, it means fun and music. Oh, which is like a very nice thing to say. I actually went to, this is such a tangent, but I went to Irish college, which is where you go for the summer. You go to a summer camp, but you have to speak Irish. You have to speak Oscuelga. So like, kind of satatu on blah. I was so bad at it because I'd only started learning when I was 10.
Yeah, no.
And everybody else were like, okay at it. But they used to say to us, they were like, it was so messy. So messy. They used to say, Bí donna, mar a bí donna Oscuelga, which means you can be naughty, but be naughty in Irish. So they were just openly saying to these like horny teenagers, everywhere. Bí donna, mar bí donna Oscuelga. Which is great. Yeah, I definitely feel like I became more Irish when I moved over here, though.
Oh, it was like a rebellion thing, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a rebellion thing and also like a homesickness thing. Oh. You'll find a lot of like Irish
But you have a good like
move.
Irish community here. Kate and everything.
Yeah, I've got, so Kate, director, friend.
Yes, shout out Kate Bauer.
Yeah, literally Kate Bauer. Kate Bauer. To be fair, it's so funny because I've known Kate for 13 years now.
Oh, that's so nice. We were just saying before the podcast, it's so nice to have friends you've had in your life for years.
Yes.
And like building that relationship, seeing them grow. Mm-hmm. You know, it's nice to have like long-term friends, not just people you see out or your work colleagues. And, you know, it's like a good support system.
This is the thing.
So shout out long-term friends.
Shout out long-term friends. Because like, I remember actually Kate had a really nice discussion with me about this because we were talking about growing as like people as we grow. And because I remember she used to get really because there's this like stereotype in drama school that once you go through drama school, you become like your true self. Because it is a cult. It's a cult. I can say that now. I do love my drama school.
Like Glee.
It's like Glee on crack.
I love that.
But she was so funny because she was like, yes, you guys have changed, but actually it's more that you're evolving and more that like you're becoming comfortable with yourselves. Like I'd already come out to Kate as bisexual. Oh, I'm bisexual as well, by the way, if you couldn't tell. I'd come out to Kate as bisexual like ages before. Yeah. And I remember I grabbed her. We were on the South Bank.
Oh.
And I just had an awful date with the cis man, like the worst. And I grabbed her and I went, Kate, I think I'm bi. And she was like, I know, you already came out. And I was like,
my God, you forgot.
No, I was like, no, but I think I'm actually bi. Like, okay, cool. Do you want to go see a show in the National or do you want to skip it? Are you too upset? We were skipping.
What did you go and see? Was it relevant?
We went to go see Translations by Brian Friel, which is very...
Oh, that sounds really serious.
It's very serious. It's good, but it's very, very serious. It's very serious.
I definitely prefer like going to see drag, cabaret stuff as opposed to 3-hour-long plays that are really serious now.
Well,
I'm just like, I have limited free time. I want to do something that's really fun.
It must be so like interesting for you as well, because like... Because I also, so did you know, I wrote my BA dissertation on Shakespeare.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I wrote it on female actors playing male roles in Shakespeare.
I love that.
You know, the signs were there. But yeah, how does it feel for you? Like kind of seeing, like, because Shakespeare is the epitome of like hours of a production. And, you know, like, but it's also really, you know, with how it's being... Sorry. What did you just clap?
Did you just clap?
No.
Oh, I thought you were like, he's like, stop that chat. Stop it.
Shakespeare's boring. It's the patriarchy coming in.
Cut right there. Guys are laughing too much.
Yes.
Okay, continue with the question.
But like, yeah, seeing, because I feel like, I mean, Shakespeare's always been done in a way that I think is really joyful and always been done like by the queer community. But I feel like it's like having a bit of like I don't know. I feel like it's been having a bit of a renaissance, but also I feel like it's kind of dying down again.
Yeah, that's interesting. I have not seen a Shakespeare play quite a long time. It's really bad.
But there's nothing that's grabbing.
But yeah, I mean... I know there's a whole thing that went on at the Globe where they had Emma Rice. And I thought I quite liked her performances, can't lie. I liked the fun, I liked the lights. And then they were like, right, we have to go back to traditional. So apparently everyone hates it. I don't agree. I just think make it fun, make it contemporary. Some of the best Shakespeare I've seen is like little films. They do a really weird adaptation of like they're on acid in a forest or something like that. Or like, like it's there to be interpreted and had fun with.
The thing,
to be honest, I'm concerned about people's attention spans for 3 hours now with TikTok. Yeah, I just don't think
it's just like boom, 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 boom.
But no, there are great performances. The ones where they run through the crowd and they interact with you and it like you connect with them. But the ones where I find the ones in traditional costume that are very, here's the lines, here's our delivering in an iambic pentameter and, you know, quite educational. It's just not going to get people to like it.
Well, it's so interesting because it's not truthful when they're, you know, in the lines and the thing. Because like, if we were to think of traditional was like body. It was like audience interaction.
They were all drunk in the audience. They would throw things at the stage.
Yeah.
You know, they would like, wouldn't they contract loads of sexual diseases because it was a brothel as well as a theatre? Like,
bring back the sexual disease. But yeah, it's when it's
crazy how theatre's gone from being from really like lower class people, something really fun and entertaining, and now it's very highbrow. I go to theatre like with my mum or something. Literally everyone's middle aged to like 80, and I'm the only young person there. Yeah, like why is this?
It's
what's so off putting for people? I mean, it is really expensive now as well.
I think we really saw that because I love going to the Royal Court, but like the Royal Court has a very it can have like a very white middle class audience because it's so annoying because they're the ones who have the money to pay for it.
Yes.
But me and Kate again. Sorry, I'm obsessed with her. We went to go see Cowboys in the Royal Court, which was amazing. It was all about like queer experience and talking about like the tradition of like, I'm gonna call it's kind of like a history revisionist thing, but I think it's fair enough to call them like trans men who were cowboys. And it was so cool, and it was all about like patriarchy versus matriarchy, like heteronormative. It was amazing. It was it had one of the best, because we love things that explore fragile masculinity as well. We really do. But it had one of the best
my
lines
favorite topic in my masters. And so is everyone else's as well. Like Lady Macbeth is out. Oh yes.
Oh yeah. But like, it had this really interesting monologue for this guy who was the only black cis man on stage, where he got really angry, and then it was like a tense moment for the audience. And then he kind of had this beautiful monologue that was talking about how he was like, don't you think it scares me too? One, like my capacity for anger, but also like how like I can be like policed for anger. And it was one of the most nuanced things I've ever seen. But long story short is to say that for that was the most Lucian Yaks I've ever seen in an audience at the Royal Court.
Lucian Yak. Oh my God.
And it was so amazing to see like such a varied crowd, because obviously they did have their programs to make tickets cheaper, and also
that's good.
They were like making things enticing. But I think Royal Court's really doing well now. Anything there.
What's your favourite gig that you've done? The one I remember the most was when we went to the Volts Theatre. And we got there and it was like midnight, and then all these shows were going on and everyone in the crowd was partying while seeing the shows. And me and Ollie were like, we came out like that was the best experience. Ollie, being a straight, cis, massive man, was like, I've never felt so safe and happy. And we were like, yes, this is the best crowd. Like, seeing performances that were amazing. So that was my favourite. I think you did the one about Bambi's mum.
I did. Which I'm doing on Monday.
Oh, nice. But the combining of like party and drag. Oh, well, that's what we're doing tonight.
Yes.
But I love it. I think it's great. Very interactive.
Yeah, that gig was particularly good because I was actually terrified to do that gig. Because I always
It's
am.
a big audience. It was like the best audience ever.
I think it was my biggest audience so far. And it was with Pussy Liquor, who I like.
Oh my God, yes.
Who I love.
Oh, their Christmas show.
But I just remembered, like, that was amazing because, like, when I do that specific act, it's very funny at the beginning, but actually it gets, like, really serious. And it was the first time I'd performed it where the audience didn't get quiet at the end.
Wow.
Which was amazing. Like
it gave you the energy really back.
Feral.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Oh, and it was my last live performance before we shut down. I know.
Yeah, tell us about the Volts Theatre. It was the best venue. I loved it, and I think they replaced it with the Batman Experience, which is such an antithesis to what was going on there before. It's so painful.
I mean, the thing is the Volts was really doing what we need. It was like supporting young performers.
And it was amazing. It was in Waterloo, so it's accessible for everyone.
Yeah.
Because that's often the thing now where you like go between north and south and like smaller venues in London, which is great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's quite far.
Well, this is the thing.
For everyone.
And it's like, the Vault Festival itself we won an award. Whenever I say that, I'm like,
it's amazing.
But we won the nice award. We won, we were the nicest company.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Which really, that made me cry a lot. I was like, because that is something we really want to foster within our shows is, not only like showing like ethics and politics on stage, but also showing it off stage.
Yeah,
and also, like,
that's a massive thing. Because
it
doesn't always happen.
It really doesn't.
Even with like massive celebrities. Big issue. I still haven't decided on Lizzo. Sorry, that's going off on such a tangent, which we won't go down. I just wanted to say it.
I love it.
Right,
I love
move
it.
on, otherwise we're going to get locked into
Locked in. But yeah, that was, I mean, oh, it was just so good. I think that there was one, I mean, there's, so, because when I think back to like, yeah, I think it's a tie between the Edinburgh Fringe shows and then one of the Vault shows of D-Man, which was our show, Definitely, Maybe, Actually, Never Mind.
Oh, that's one with Colin Firth.
That's the one with Colin Firth. And I think especially because we did a BSL interpreted and relaxed performance, which ended up being like one of my favorite performances I've ever done, because it really like let go as well, because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very neurodivergent. Like, you know. Yeah, and I kind of sometimes don't give myself permission to like relax.
Yeah. Let yourself off the hook.
This is it.
Warrior.
Big warrior. Big warrior.
Doesn't come across. You seem very fun.
Good.
And but then that's like also
it's the
thing.
high masking.
Spicy neurodivergent.
Spicy margarita neurodivergency. But yeah, I think that was because also it was like such a community vibe and vaults. I had lots of like friends, old and new, performing. But then you reminded me of the Bambi's Mom thing.
Yeah.
I did a performance in Kilkenny of Bambi's Mom, which to give a brief background to Bambi's Mom, it's like, trigger warning, a bit serious, but it's about the rape trials that happened in the 2010s with this woman who the defense used the underwear she was wearing as like a defense for the rapists, and it was disgusting, and it was huge. And a politician, Ruth Coppinger, who's still doing the best. Ruth Coppinger is still doing some of the best work in Ireland. Brought out a thong in like the Seanad, which is like Ireland's version of the Parliament, and was totally like, it was like, how dare you, like, well, and she was like, she basically brought this out and had this amazing speech, and that's the speech I do at the end of Bambi's Mom.
Oh, wow.
Because it was all about like the feeling of being hunted and being afraid
Yeah.
to walk home. And so I did this in Kilkenny for the first time, and people knew the speech and people knew the situation, and like it was also a theater that I'd worked in when I was 15, so I was like,
Oh,
sobbing.
God.
So I couldn't even get the last lines out because I was like,
I bet. Oh, wow. Oh, that sounds like one of those moments you'll never forget. It's like,
oh yeah, oh yeah.
But that's the best bit about theatre.
Is yeah, it really,
When it hits you emotionally as well.
and it changes you, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it evolves you. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Sorry, Kate.
Great.
It evolves you.
I remember when we did a party here on New Year's Eve, and I came upstairs and the room was packed, and I felt like the room was shaking. I remember just standing there like, this is amazing that we've created that, and I had a little cry just before midnight. So I was like, oh my God, all these people, like we've created the space for them to feel like that.
Yes.
It's so overwhelming, but in such a good way.
Well, the thing, and it's a space in like because I got a message from the person who made my logo, John Atfield. Shout out John Atfield art. Just
I have to tag a load of people.
so many people to tag at the
Hate
end.
power.
Shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out. Shout out everybody. But John messaged me and was like, oh, I used to live near Tooting Market, and was like, it's so good to see like events happening that are like exciting and stuff like that, because it's so good for the community, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we don't need more like Batman experiences.
No, we don't. But I was going to ask, what advice would you give to someone who wants to create a drag performance and get into the scene?
Ooh, okay. I mean, one of the big things I would give for advice is it's a couple fold, but I would say if you want to get into the scene, if you can, go see things. Go see and absorb, but don't copy. You know, just like absorb as much as you can. Go see people who are doing it, who are just doing it, like Cocoa Butter Club, Harem of No One, clandestine. Sorry, tag. Yeah. Clandestine Cabaret, Bitten Peach. Like, there's so many amazing collectives who are kind of they're doing it, and they're showcasing people who might not necessarily have like enough opportunities to do it. Also, I would say to people, don't be afraid that you can't do it, because like I think I get that a lot because I like am perceived as a cis woman, and a lot of people are like, oh, they'll come up to me afterwards and be like, I didn't know you could do drag. And I'm like, well, it's just gender clowning, you know?
Yeah.
And there is,
and I didn't realize that till I saw your stuff.
Yeah. And there's
it's only like for like men basically to do drag.
This is the thing. And like,
but I think you get a lot more.
You get like
cis female, like, sorry, I'm really struggling with the terminology.
You got it, babe. You got it.
The pressure.
Stop. There's no pressure.
But anyone can do drag now.
This, and like drag was actually like the foundation of drag is like Black trans women. So it's like, yeah, because if you go back to like, especially like the ball scene in New York and stuff like that, it's like they were the ones who like really paved the way.
Pose. Oh, such a good show. Oh,
I watched.
I have to rewatch that.
I think about half of season 1 in Leicester with Lena, who's in the shows with me, and we just watched this and like sobbed after doing a bingo night. But yeah, I would say watch things, and then I would say do what makes you happy. Yeah. Do what brings you joy. Don't do something because you think it's what people want.
Yeah.
Because like my first ever act that I did as a solo act was me singing a song about giving a hand job for the very first time. And then jerking off someone to the tune of Come On Eileen.
Oh, I think I remember.
Yeah, you remember this one. And do you know what it was? It was because I was kind of like, I wanted to talk, academic thing. Like, I wanted to talk about like Irish sex education and how it's like really interesting and all that jazz. And also just about how clueless I was as like, someone once was like, I want you to call Simon semen and see what he says. And I did it. 'Cause I didn't know what semen was. Because we hadn't addressed that in biology yet.
No.
I know. It was great. But I was so like autistic that I kind of played it off.
Love secondary school. Great period of time.
Ooh. And then obviously the Come On Eileen is because that's what plays in my head whenever I'm,
Oh.
Because it's got a good rhythm.
With sex tips for everyone.
Yeah, sex tips on the podcast. This is a sex podcast now. But like
it's anything you think of, like random stuff in your brain.
Yeah, it's random things, and it's, you know, if you can afford it, like, do get training, because I think the more you train.
Any good places?
Soho School of Burlesque is amazing.
I've been there for one class.
Which class did you do?
Just the basic burlesque.
Beautiful. That's the drop-in.
Yeah. Really good.
It's amazing. And like they do lots of different kinds. They do lots of like workshops and stuff like that. You could also, Soho Theatre, I did their Drag and Cabaret Lab when I was a baby, and that was so good. It was amazing.
A lot going on.
There's a lot. But also don't limit yourself, like do it. Like,
one of my most favorite things I saw recently, and it was here, and it was Eiffel Cabaret, who will definitely get on the show at some point, and we love.
Yes, I'm there next week.
But they had someone who did Sexy Snape. So they did like lots of little clips of Severus Snape talking, page 365, and then the person stripped and was wearing bondage. They even brought out someone dressed as J.K. Rowling.
Oh,
and they did
yes.
Avacadabra spell on them. It was so good. It was, I was literally dying. I did, and then I was like, you can do Snape.
Yeah.
I have an idea. I really want to do Edward Cullen. Like a little Edward Cullen drag performance, which I'm going to try and, like boring man outfit into like glittery diva vampire. Yes. But you can do anything.
And I mean,
literally
like,
do anything that speaks to you.
to dissect that, to be because my favorite thing is when cabaret performers come up to me and they're like, but my thing is stupid and it doesn't mean anything and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can find meaning in anything. Like, because deep down, like,
especially if you're doing a short performance, just go out, hit them with what you've got.
Yeah.
And then go. Yeah. You know?
Because, like, even the way you were talking about, like, boring man to, like, glittery vampire. One, it's, like, girlhood rebellion. It's, like, these things that were, like, seen as, like, insignificant when we were younger. Two, it's, like, exploring gender and exploring, like...
The impact that Twilight had on everyone who was 14 when the books came out.
Impact. I was...
Emotionally unavailable men.
I hate this, but I was Team Jacob.
Me too. She said, Jacob is like sunlight to me and Edward is like the darkness. I was like, well, yeah, you'd go for the sunlight.
But I was also...
But it all worked out for them.
Yeah. Because I used to teach drama when I was like a teenager. Of course. Look at me. Of course I did. But I had short brown hair and my name was Alex. Oh. So all of the little kids used to be like, you're Alice in real life. You're Alice in real life.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I'd be like, yeah, that's me. I'm Alice.
Oh, that's
Cullen,
so sweet.
the sapphic icon, Alice Cullen. We need to talk about childhood crushes because that's going to make me so happy.
Yeah.
Who was your guiltiest childhood crush?
Probably Simba from The Lion King.
Oh!
Or no, the one where they did the third Lion King and they had Kovu, the like dark,
Kovu,
the dark baby.
Deception.
That was my favorite when they did the little song on the mountain. Are you like, why is a woman attracted to a cartoon?
No.
Some people do not understand this.
Listen, Romeo and Juliet.
But I'm glad. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Look, I'm
safe space. For anyone who's fancied a cartoon lion or any other animal.
Still fancy cartoon characters. Like, I watch so much anime that it cannot be helped. Still, at the moment, I'm in love with Dungeon Delicious, Dungeon Meshi, and Leos, and my girl Fallon. Ooh. But, see, because, I had a lot of cartoon crushes, but I was in love with Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh, yeah.
I was obsessed. And everyone in Atlantis.
Yeah, Atlantis. That's good.
Everyone in Atlantis, though, because think about it. Everyone's sexy in Atlantis. You watch it back now.
Oh my God, they are, aren't they? Yeah. So funny what these people were doing when they created these.
Listen, they said we're gonna cause you to question your sexuality for years.
Everyone on TikTok talks about the Pixar mum body.
Oh,
like why is she so curvy?
Oh,
it's for children.
No, curves are good.
Anyway,
sorry.
We should probably wrap up.
That's where we leave it on. Curves are good.
No. Okay, so what's your like hot take on the drag industry, the music industry, performance industry?
Yeah, hot takes.
Yeah, something a bit wild.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a lot of genres. You can just pick one.
No, because I'm trying to think what's my hottest take.
I
think I mean this isn't a hot take, but I will say it anyway because it's the first thing that kind of comes into my mind.
Yeah.
Is that this concept that like drag kings don't have good costumes?
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of that.
There is this like I think it's kind of changing now. Like people like Pecs and like everything are changing the game. And also like just people are programming and giving more money to drag kings so that they're able to make like cooler stuff. But like some drag kings have the best outfits I've ever seen. Another one to tag, but Luce Willis, they make their own stuff and it's like, it's insane. We went to go see Slay Station.
You make your own stuff?
No, sometimes. I do a lot.
It takes a lot of effort. It's actually really boring. Yeah, I used to sew some outfits when I was during COVID and I actually can't do it. So mathsy. You're like, I just want to look cute, and instead I'm worrying about centimeters and like which way a pattern goes, and just sew everything back to front.
I'm kind of the person who goes like, baking isn't an exact science.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes sewing is bad for me, but I also manage to do things that like people are like, how did you do that?
Nice.
Which is great.
I love a bit of glue and a rhinestone because that's really easy.
So much
and
glue.
Satisfying.
So much glue.
Yeah.
So much. But I do a lot of my stuff is secondhand. So like the outfit I'm wearing today, keep saying this, but it's true. 70% of it is secondhand.
Oh, I
really
love that.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Just because
That's good.
honestly, Vinted is
Oh
the
yeah,
best.
we love Vinted.
We love Vinted.
I'm on Vinted every day.
Oh, when the Eras tour was over.
It's been supplementing my income.
Oh.
And then spending it again on more stuff on Vinted.
I love doing that.
I'm like, I've got some money in my balance. I may as well spend it. Why would I keep it?
I bought a Christmas outfit today.
Why?
Because I have to prepare, Millie.
Yeah, it's got 9 months.
9 months time. I'm making the Christmas baby now. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Wow.
great. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. This has been amazing. And we're going to tag you, tag everyone else. So anyway,
I gave you so much work to do. All right, cheers. We did it.
We did it. Oh, that was